everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rita from Craftfully May, and into this tutorial I will be showing you how to add a zipper overlay to a zipper pocket. Adding an overlay to your zipper pocket is such a great way to spruce up your zipper pocket, and you can use that either on the lining or the exterior of your bag. I have just released a free collection of zipper overlays that includes 5 window sizes for a size 3 and a size 5 zipper tape with 9 designs. Here are just a few of the designs that are included in this collection. To grab your copy of this free collection, click on the link in the description below, and you will receive a PDF of the pattern pieces for the overlay. Be aware there are no written instructions, just the pattern pieces. You will also receive SVG files and a Silhouette Studio files. Okay, are you ready to spruce up your zipper pocket? Then let's get started. To add your zipper overlay to your zipper pocket, you will need the zipper overlay. And because this has raw edges, if you prefer, you can edge coat all around those raw edges just to give you a finished look. One thing I personally like to do is to fuse Stick-A-Vil light to the back of my zipper overlay. You do not have to do that, that's optional. Especially if I'm edge coating all around my overlay, I love adding Stick-A-Vil light to the back. You will need your zipper tape with a zipper pulley attached, and you want to cut this the same width as your zipper overlay. You will need the zipper pocket, and you want to cut the width the same width as your zipper overlay. The length is basically what you want it to be depending on the project you're working on. And then you want your main fabric, which can be the lining or the exterior. First, we want to fold the zipper overlay and the main fabric in half and mark the centers at the top. Then at the back of your overlay, you want to add pieces of double-sided tape. Next, we want to measure down from the top raw edge of our main fabric and place the zipper overlay. I like to measure 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 inches, but it is totally your choice how far down you want to place your zipper overlay. So for this piece, I will measure down 1 1/4 and then place my zipper overlay wrong sides down, making sure to match up my centers. Now you want to take this to your machine and top stitch or along the outer edge of your zipper overlay at a 1/8 seam allowance. Do not backstitch. You want to leave long tails to pull to the back and tie those off. One thing I like to do before I go to top stitch is to mark certain points on my zipper overlay. And what that does is guide me to where I need to stop with my needle down, pivot, top stitch, stop, pivot, top stitch. So for this one, I will mark here, just dots, and I'm just eyeballing it, but you can totally measure if you want with the same allowance, the 1/8 seam allowance. All right, so this way when I'm top stitching, as I come closer to here, I will hand crank, making sure my needle stop in that dot, and then pivot, top stitch, and just keep doing that. All right, so as you come around, you want to pull this thread to the back because your last stitch will be in that first stitch. Top stitching is done, and I have pulled my threads to the back and tied them off. Next, we want to cut away the fabric behind the zipper overlay. So I will use my rotary cutter to cut the slit in the middle here, and then my scissor to cut away at the fabric. As you're cutting away, you want to make sure you do not cut any of your zipper overlay, so just be careful. All right, so that's how that looks after cutting away the fabric behind the zipper overlay. And when I'm cutting away, I am just cutting enough so that this main fabric here does not show through when I add my zipper. Next, you want to grab your zipper and you will place this right side up and add double-sided tape at those long raw edges. Then you want to place your main fabric on top of your zipper, wrong side down, making sure to center your zipper within that zipper window. And one thing you just want to be mindful of is the short raw edges of your zipper. You want to make sure that is aligned to the short raw edge of your zipper overlay. So what I do is use the line on my cutting mat to help me align this properly. All right, so this looks good on the front and the back. The short raw edges here of my zipper tape are aligned with the short raw edges of my overlay. And the reason I want to make sure that is the case is because when I go to close my zipper pocket, I want to make sure I have enough room on both sides to close it. All right, so leave your piece wrong side up and then add double-sided tape at that bottom long edge of your zipper. All right, so very quickly, one thing you can do without worrying about matching up your edges, like the zipper tip, the shorter edge to the shorter edge of your zipper overlay, is to actually cut the zipper tape longer than the zipper overlay. So the width of your zipper tape longer than the width of your zipper overlay. Same for your zipper pocket, longer than the width of your zipper overlay. That way, when you place your zipper tape down, you are not worrying about matching up, like aligning your edges, the shorter edges. Does that make sense? Because you know you will have enough room to sew close your zipper pocket. All right, so we'll remove the backing of our tape here. Then grab your zipper pocket and you will place this wrong side up, aligning one of the short raw edges to that bottom edge of your zipper tape, making sure the longer edge of your zipper pocket is facing upwards so it will cover the entire zipper as you place this down. Now you want to turn this to the right side, take to your machine and top stitch at a 1/8 seam allowance away from that lower end of your zipper cutout. You want to start 1/8 of an inch from where your zipper closes and end 1/8 of an inch to where your zipper ends. Again, do not backstitch. You want to leave long tails, pull to the back and tie those off. Top stitching is done and I have pulled my threads to the back and tie those off. Next, you want to add double-sided tape right below that stitch line. Then you want to grab the other short edge of your zipper pocket, pull down, and finger press at that fold. What this double-sided tape does is to stick your zipper pocket down. Because we did not top stitch through the zipper pocket, that tape, that double-sided tape, will prevent your zipper pocket from pulling up and being cut in your zipper. Then you want to add double-sided tape at that top long edge of your zipper, and then bring the other end of your zipper pocket up and align to that long edge of your zipper. Now flip this to the right side and take back to your machine. You want to top stitch at a 1/8 seam allowance along the other 3 sides of your zipper cutout. You want to start in that last stitch, pull your needle down, top stitch up, stop pivot, top stitch across, stop pivot, and end in that first stitch. Again, do not back stitch, leave long tails to pull to the back and tie those off. Top stitching is done and I have pulled my threads to the back and tie those off. Last thing to do is to sew down the sides of your zipper pocket to close it. So pull your fabric away from the zipper pocket and sew down. Afterwards, you will trim your seam allowance of the zipper pocket. And we are done adding a zipper overlay to a zipper pocket. And I hope you had a blast. Comment below if you have any questions or concerns or shoot me an email anytime. Alright guys, very quickly, I wanted to go over adding a bag label to this specific design of the overlay. Because this is perfect. It has this space right here that is perfect for a label. Now I waited until my zipper pocket was done completely to add my label. And that's because one, I will be using rivet to hold this in place. And two, I wanted to make sure it is centered between these two rows of top stitching. So if you're adding your label, you can decide at what point in the process you want to add it. Just be aware that if you're adding this after your entire zipper pocket is completed, to make sure you pull this out of the way. If you're riveting, make sure your zipper pocket is out of the way when you rivet, because you do not want to rivet through your zipper pocket. Okay? And that's it. Don't forget to grab your free copy of this collection that is linked in the description below.